Guess that's why they call it the blues, and I'm wearing a blue shirt. Hey, welcome to our second hour of our 80s time here at KPPC, where all week we play hits of the 50s, 60s, and 70s, and for our special time here on Saturday nights, the 80s. So, looking back, what were some of those hits? Well, this week we're looking back at number one hits from this moment in years ending in 4. And that's mainly because my son in the Philippines has his birthday on Monday, and he was born in 1994. So, for the 25th day of April, 1954, the number one song was Perry Como, Wanted. April 1964 brought us the Beatles, Can't Buy Me Love. April 1974, MFSP and the 3 Degrees with TSOP, The Sound of Philadelphia. April 1984 brought us Phil Collins, Against All Odds, Take a Look at Me Now. April 1994, when he was born, R. Kelly's Bump and Grind. April 2004, Usher, Little John, and Ludacris going, yeah! Well, here's a song that went to number one in 1985. Here's REO Speedwagon, as I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore, here at KPPC. Got that careless whisper, I'll have to be more careful. Whoa, we're halfway there. And whoa, I believe in prayer. Hey, welcome to the KPPC 80s show here for 3 hours on Saturday nights. We pass by the 50s, 60s, and 70s and move on up into the 1980s. And I want to know, besides number one singles, what also were the number one albums at this moment in time. So for the 25th day of April 2020, here we go. April 1954 brought us the Glenn Miller Story soundtrack. April 1964 brought us the Beatles, Meet the Beatles, and the Beatles' second album. April 1974 had Chicago V1II. VII. Oh, that's 7, if you know Roman numerals. Okay, Chicago 7. All right, April 1984, the Footloose soundtrack. April 1994, Pink Floyd's The Division Bell, and the April 2004 Usher's Confessions. Well, here's a song that went to number 18 in 1984 from the album Talk Show. Here's the Go-Go's, because we're head over heels here at KPPC. U2, Unforgettable Fire. You know what? Hey, we love our music of the 50s, 60s, 70s, and 80s, but I enjoy reminiscing about other entertaining features of the past too. So what about the movies that caught our attention back in the day? Well, keeping with years ending in 4, here's the top grossing movies from the 50s on up. In 1954, we had White Christmas, 20,000 Leagues Under the Sea, Rear Window, and The Glenn Miller Story. 1964 brought us My Fair Lady, Goldfinger, and A Hard Day's Night. 1974 brought us Blazing Saddles, The Towering Inferno, wow, lots of fire back in the day, and The Godfather Part 2. Some people say that was even more of a classic than Godfather Part 1. I guess make your pick. 1984 brought us Beverly Hills Cop, Ghostbusters, and Footloose. All right. Then we go up to 1994, we get The Lion King, Forrest Gump, and Speed. Then 2004, we get Shrek 2, Harry Potter's Prisoner of Azkaban, and The Incredibles. Well, here's a song from the year 1984, when other popular movies like Gremlins, The Karate Kid, and Amadeus, Rock Me Amadeus, that really wasn't in the movie, but those movies were popular. Here's Rod Stewart singing Some Guys Have All the Luck. And some guys have all the luck here at KPPC. Yeah, Pat Benatar getting us all fired up. You know, 1994, 10 years after 1984, and we were still alive, and Big Brother didn't control us too much. 26 years later, it's 2020, and we're still struggling, but staying alive, staying alive. Did you know that there were no Disney films released in 1984? And no Disney animated films between June 1981's Fox and the Hound and July 1985's The Black Cauldron. June of 1994 at least brought us one of the best, The Lion King. Disney was on such a roll in the 90s that 20 years ago in 2000 alone, they released Fantasia 2000, Tigger the Movie, Dinosaur, Remember the Titans, 102 Dalmatians, and The Emperor's New Groove. Well, back in 1985, Madonna had a popular song called Into the Groove. Get into the groove, boy, you gotta prove your love to me, from the Desperately Seeking Susan soundtrack. Well, here's another 80s song. Here's Kool and the Gang, Cherish, here at KPPC.